I remember back in the day, I was playing a game called Warcraft 3 and I had a lot of issues trying to connect to custom games. So I went onto the forums and someone actually mentioned to disable your antivirus to see if that works. And truth be told, I went ahead and did that and it actually worked. So for the longest time, I had my antivirus disabled and I didn't even think twice about it, which was probably not the best idea. Today's tool or tip video is dedicated to two types of people. The first one who likes to live life on the edge by disabling their antivirus. And the second are those who are interested in what other antivirus companies have to say to a certain file. And I'll teach you today on how we can go ahead and start generating a file hash for our file of interest. All right, so we're onto my demo machine and what we want to do is open up PowerShell. We want to make sure that the file that we're interested in is under the directory that we're in. For example, if the file is not in desktop, we need to change directory to the correct directory. In this case, the file of interest is under our desktop because it's called malware here. So how can we check? We can type in ls or dir and you can see that, hey, malware is shown here. All we got to do now to get a file hash is type in get-file hash and then select the file of interest. By default, PowerShell will calculate the hash as SHA-256, which is what we want. Now you can change it for an MD5 or SHA-1 if you want to. You just have to include the flag -algorithm and then SHA-1 or MD5. And then you can select your file of interest like that. But by default, we can do get file hash and then type in your file of interest. Hit tab for autocomplete to make sure it's selecting the correct one, and then you hit enter. And now we got our file hash. Now we can use this hash to upload it up to VirusTotal to see what other antivirus has said about this file or what the community has said about the file. It could be a known bad file and that's how you can check. For those that are in Linux, you might ask, how can I generate a hash on this operating system? What you can do is type in MD5 sum space and then your file. Essentially, you're typing in your algorithm, sum, and then the file. So for example, if I wanted SHA-256, I will type in that with sum, space, and then my file name of choice. Oops. So in this case, it's malware. I want to hit enter, and there I have my hash. If you did want to learn more about the commands itself, you can type in man before the command. So in this case, I typed in man, SHA-256, sum, hit enter, and then it'll show you a documentation or a manual in this case of said command, and it will go into deeper details into what you can do. So now that we have this hash, let's go ahead and upload it to VirusTotal and see what it may produce. So we'll go ahead and double click that. Open up our browser, type in VirusTotal. And then from here, we'll go into the search, paste in our beautiful hash there and hit enter. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Ooh, too much. All right. Now we can see a bunch of red, which is an indicator that this may not be the nicest file. Scrolling down, we see a malicious score of 100. See the Trojan family name there. Scroll back up. We'll go into maybe details. And then, yeah, you can see the additional hashes that is included here. Down. When was the first time it was submitted in VirusTotal? Scrolling back up, we'll go into relations, any outbound communications towards other IP addresses, or is it known to drop any files? In this case, we can see that it calls out to 1, 2, 3, 4 IPs, and it drops a couple files. So let's say that you're investigating a host that actually double-clicked on this malware and was successful with it. What you can do is take a look at VirusTotal's results and look at the contacted IPs. So right here, contacted IPs 4, and also the drop files. What I would do next is take a look at the firewall, for example, or any network telemetry data that I can get my hands on and see if there's any other hosts communicating outbound to any of these IPs. That might be an indicator of compromise, and we might need to dig a little deeper onto those hosts. Now, if you look at the drop files, what we can do is take a look at this file and generate a hash just to see if this certain file exists within the environment. And if it does, make sure we do a deep dive investigation because it might actually be compromised. Again, this video is dedicated to those two types of people. the ones that don't have antivirus enabled and like to live life dangerously, and those that are interested in what other people have to say about a certain file. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you found it informative, let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe if you want to.